One of the oldest institutions in Namibian football, the mighty Ingwe Inyama. The Shandubala boys, Tigers, find themselves in unfamiliar, dangerous territory, rooted at the bottom of the table and staring relegation in the face. The club, built on tradition, legacy and decades of passion, now fights for survival, knowing every point could mean a difference. The club, built on tradition, legacy and decades of passion, now fights for survival, knowing every point could mean a difference between the heartbreak and hope. Standing in their way is Eeshoke Chula Chula, the racing force of the Namibian Premier League, the team that have changed the face of the Namibian Premier League. Eeshoke Chula Chula, the pride of the North, enjoying their third year in the top division, yet they have wasted no time announcing their arrival. Just 4 points now behind the champions African Stars. They firmly in the title race, dreaming of glory only in their third year of campaign at this level. Having said that, Tigers have never beaten Eeshoke Chula Chula since their promotion, meaning the history favors the visitors. Also, the momentum favors the visitors. But football always does not always follow the script. And now we are here at the Independence Stadium. Our name is Chester Wamunika on this day of love, and there will be no love lost between these two sides, Eeshoke Chula Chula and Tigers. Good afternoon and welcome to the iconic Independence Stadium here at the outskirts of the capital, a history where history, pride and destiny collides with the Valentine's Day. Joining me in the commentary box is the former Brave Warriors, Costa Kaisep. Costa, it should be an interesting one.
Good afternoon, Chester. Good afternoon, viewers. Yes, Chester, it's going to be an interesting one. As you said earlier, it's top on the table, chasing Chula Chula, who has always been winning against Tigers, against the oldest club in the Namibian Professional Football League, Tigers. It's going to be an interesting one, Chester. Let's hope the fans going to enjoy it.
Desperate moment have asked for desperate measures as Tigers went back to get one of the famous coach in Namibian football, the most successful coach in Brian Isaacs, to come and try to rescue this team and keep them in the Premier League.
Yeah, Chester, Brian Isaacs, his accolade speaks volumes. Won the Premier League with Black Africa as a player, won the Premier League as a coach with Orlando Pirates, and now he is at the helm to come and rescue the failing and ailing boat and ship of Tigers in Kwenyama.
And it will be the visitors that will get us underway. Eeshoke Chula Chula with a story of their own. They have lost about 20. We are underway here at the Independence Stadium. Eeshoke Chula Chula that get us underway, and that will be comfortably in the hands of the Tigers goalkeeper Gabriel, who is the man to stop the shots from the well-orchestrated Eeshoke Chula Chula this afternoon at the Independence Stadium. Tigers Ingwe Inyama needs to come to the party today. They have not been very good. They have scored the least goals, 8 in the league, and they need to improve for that. They have made a couple of signings in January that might change the face of their attack. Tigers, the likes of Junior Gephardt on the bench for Ingwe Inyama, and we will see how that will turn out. It is an early throwing from Colin Martin that gets, and it's out again. This time is Eeshoke Chula Chula that will have to get us underway here, and it's David Aingwafa, the only remaining player of the Eeshoke Chula Chula team that was promoted 3 seasons ago. Most of the Chula Chula players have went for greener pastures, but here we are with the Eeshoke Chula Chula still fighting for a title. Losing so many players, many teams will not recover, but the Eeshoke Chula Chula is really doing well with mostly a regrouped team with only that man on the ball, David Aingwafa, as the survivor of the team that was promoted to the Namibian Premier League. Ball position cheaply lost. Kohinyama can't get hold of it. Aigwafa back. And it is Sefele Mkandi. Sefele Mkandi, a man from South Africa. It will be throwing for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Kaingura Kudumo. Kaingura Kudumo with a long throw. Well cleared. Also well defended by Kanyengo. That's out of play. Tigers will get us underway. Tigers, the former champions of the league, Namibian Premier League, now known as the Namibian Premier Football League. And Brian Isaacs was at the helm when Tigers were crowned the champion. And he's now at the helm for a very quite different reason, to keep the team in the top flight football. And Wafa have been the left back since. Been his number one position for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Tigers will be happy to have a goal kick here. Tigers in their defense, having the experience of Gepata Nanias, also a former Baroka FC defender. Towards the end of his career, he's playing nice, a central defender, but we know him as a left back, left winger in his heydays. Ival Tolangsman. Hooked up there. Wafa will be happy to get a throwing back for Eeshoke. Play. Out of play. Whilst Lifasi will be the man to watch in the front three of Eeshoke Chula Chula. Haven't scored many, but his presence is always felt. There he is, the big man. Couldn't get to that, and it will be a Tigers goal kick. African Stars winning earlier today, beating Julinho Sporting by 4-2. That means they have stretched the lead to between them and Eeshoke Chula Chula to 4 points now, meaning that Eeshoke desperately need 3 points to close up the gap. Gabriel for Tigers. Here is Gepata Nanias. Finds Edmund Kambanda, a former African Stars. So played for UNAM. Now this is tends to be a very good ball. A chance for Ingwenyama. And there comes a goal for Tigers. A much needed goal for Tigers. Victor Shimwefuleni scoring the goal for Tigers. What a huge goal for the fate of the giants of Namibian football. Taking the lead here against the Eeshoke Chula Chula. Costa Kasem.
Chester, you mentioned something in the early moments of the match where you said the Tigers only scored 8 goals. And really this is a real booster. Lovely play from Bernard, lobbing over the defense of Chula Chula, and Victor made no mistake and just tap it inside the box of Tigers of Chula Chula, and a quality goal. Tigers needed this goal very drastically and massively. 1-0 for Tigers.
Shimwefuleni, one of the players called up by Colin Benjamin for the Brave Warriors. preliminary squads, and he shows what he's capable of. Colin, are you watching?
Yes, Chester, I saw Colin earlier here at the stadium. I think the national team coach with the fitness coach Gareth Smith, they are here in the attendance.
And correction there, we understand that Zakaria Pietres is the man who had scored the goal, not Victor Shimofeleni. Apology for that, as Zakaria Pietres, the man that is with Tigers from Celtic, have joined them in January. One of the new signings that have come and help Ingwe Inyama to survive the relegation. Eeshoke Chula Chula shocked here. Here is Lefasi. Lefasi winning a corner kick for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Corner kick, well taken. It's a long one on the money. Will be another corner kick, says the referee. Eeshoke Chula Chula need to regroup and refocus here. Guafa all the way back to the goalkeeper Sibeso. That is out of play. It is shows that Brian Essex have brought in players that have changed the attack of Tigers. As you said, they have only scored 8. Now it's 9 goals. They need to score more. They don't have the worst defense, but they have the worst attacking in the Premier League with 9 goals. It will be a free kick for Ingwe Inyama. Have started pretty well, and the goal have just given them the encouragement. Tigers to little committee going on there with Kambanda in the mix there. Spelele Mgadi also is walking away now. Look like it's going to be Edmund Kambanda.
The rebound, yeah.
Who is going to be for Tigers?
Bernard.
But it's Bernard who takes it acrobatically, easily saved by Sibeso. Bernard again. Bertland. Here it comes. Tigers in Ingwe Inyama playing good football with Laxman, and now Pietres tries to put it in there. That is Pietres' first goal since he signed for Tigers in January now. And it will be a throw-in for Ingwe Inyama. Colin Martin will take his time. A quick throw-in. Pietres. Keep it in play and wins another throw-in. Put in by Bertland. taken.
Giovanni drop, veteran drop.
Oh, lovely 10 there from Warren Thompson. And it comes to Eeshoke Chula Chula. Can do more. Wins a corner kick. Will have to settle for a corner kick to Eeshoke Chula Chula. Can they respond to the early questions asked by Tigers? It's a short corner kick, not the best by Shipile. He has to redo it. Edwin Shipile, take 2. It's another low one. Disappointing corner kicks.
Very, very disappointing, Chester. It was a fourth corner for Chula Chula. They didn't utilize it in being down 1-0 in the first 5 minutes. It's time to pick up their gameplay. Otherwise, Tigers will use this opportunity and get the second one.
Kanyango, the big defender for Chula Chula, the former Kukatops player. In that central defense, here comes Chula Chula now with Shiave dispossessed.
Go, Giovanni, go.
There is Kanyango, helped further, clearance by Chula Chula.
Right.
First it's Beatrice, and again Tigers, yes, was handled by the goal scorer.
Giovanni drop, yeah, lovely Giovanni. Giovanni, go in. Zacharias! Stay, Zacharias, go!
Nyazambe. And Guafa.
Edwin!
Great play. Shiava dispossessed.
Come on, Sheikh and Edwin. We are not moving in the middle there.
That is waste there from Edwin Shipile, and it will be a throw-in for Ingwe Nyama. Quick throw. Badran looking for Pietres. He handled that again, and it will be a free kick to Eeshoke Chula Chula. I don't know whether it's the foul or the handling. Either way, it will be a free kick to Chula Chula. Your views of Chula Chula, second team in the Namibian Premier League ahead of this round. Are they performing as per the expectations?
I think they are first shocked about conceding an early goal, and also knowing entering the match that African Stars won away in Rundu 4-2. I think they still have butterflies. They have to consume that tension. So far, Tigers is sitting back, inviting Chula Chula to come with all their forces. Tiger is just absorbing the pressure, and with the leader Gebhardt behind, they absorb all that pressure and then play out the ball easily, and then sit back and just enjoy seeing Chula Chula making all the mistakes. So far, Tigers is in the lead and controlling and dictating the match.
Really, they do at this moment in time. Eeshoke Chula Chula up to this point have only lost 3 games, and that is against Live Fighters, Blue Waters and KK Palace. It's the only teams that have managed to beat Eeshoke Chula Chula in the league so far this season. And Sikerete will want his team to really improve on the performance early on here. We're not really impressive, and he's for that reason having a word with couple of his players, including David Hengwafa, the skipper, just to try and improve. The free kick will go to Eeshoke Chula Chula.
And Chester, very interesting. I think the player of Chula Chula is outside the playing field, so I think the match official can just restart the match and then we can go on with the game, rather to keep the players waiting and cool down the body. They want to play the tempo and have a warm body and let the game go on because the player is sitting outside the field.
Look like he's still waiting. Look at his watch, and then he just shouted a word that we can continue. Chula Chula will be down to 10 men for the time being. Tigers need to defend. It's over, looking for Warren Somsep. Experience of Edmund Kambanda came out on top there. A quick throw. Gebatan Anias. Zakaria. And not the best of the passes there from Beldran Nikeu. That is out of play, and it will be a throw into Ingwe Nyama. A win for Tigers will take them to 16 points. If the other result goes their way, they will be out of the relegation zone. And now here is Fasi. Fasi tries, close his eyes and hit for goal, but well defended by Ingwe Nyama. So Julino Athletics is one team on top of Chula Chula, Rundu, Chiefs and Live Fighters. If those teams don't manage to get 3 points, that means if Tigers win here, they might go out of the relegation zone. But it's still 1-0. Early in the game, it's still a game that can go anyway. But here is Beldran Nikeu. Now Pietres. That's sure whether that should count as a shorted goal.
Yeah, Giovanni, last year's top goal scorer for Tigers, trying his luck, but I think wayward shot and all the way out at the corner flag, and that one we can say it's just a mis-execution.
And Giovanni kinding up last year's, and he's still the leading top goal scorer for Tiger this season with 4. So he's the man they are expecting goals from. But the first one came from a new signing, Pietre Zakaria. Chula Chula also missing Michael Jonas, their top goal scorer, leading top goal scorer, with 6 goals. After getting a yellow card in the a red card, beg your pardon, in the last fixture against KK Palace. Now here is Pietres. And Pietres is see that Eeshoke Chula Chula will ready to make a change now. Shenge Zembe is going out. Former Nkana FC player will be replaced, and going in will be Denzel Nande. Denzel Onante is the man that have been introduced. Denzel Onante signed from Chicago Chiefs in the second division. Joined Eeshoke Chula Chula. And it seems like the goal scorer is also out of play now. He is getting a treatment. So both teams, Eeshoke back to 11, Tigers back to 10. And Guafa. Kanyengo back from Kodumo. Lovely take there, but it's offside. Jonas Chiave been called offside. Jonas Chiave, 2 goals for Eeshoke Chula Chula this season. Brian Essex, he really he wanted to be in the early stages of this game. If you are at the bottom of the table, you don't want to chase games. You want to score first and try to defend the lead.
Indeed, Chester, that's the best what any doctor can order. Rather to let the favorite chase you than you, because when you're bottom of the table, even if you play good football, constructive football, nothing goes against you. And as you can see, also Tigers is preparing a substitution as goal scorer Zakaria has been injured. And yeah, so Brian Essex trying his magic.
Quick throw ahead. The goalkeeper couldn't. A shot, a goal! Quick respond. Festus Pietres scores for Eeshoke Chula Chula. It looked like an innocent ball in the air. The Tigers defenders switch off, but no. Festus Pietres did not and scored from the volley.
Chester goalkeeper Ulrich, really disappointing. I was just saying now a moment ago, when you're bottom of the table, as much as you play good, nothing goes against you. And as you can see, a high ball in the air, rather to punch the ball out as a for corner. He tried to play it inside the field, and then boom, mistake, and then bringing back Chula Chula, who was completely out of the match, back into it, and now Tigers gonna be a bit shaky.
And mind you, Tiger was down to 10 men when that goal was scored. Also, maybe some fingers might be pointing at the bench. Why take you so long to make changes? And that's a corner kick. And Tigers is ready to bring on Andreas Joseph.
Chester, last week at this very same stadium, we saw goalkeeper errors by Bucks Buccaneers goalkeeper as they lost 3-1 against Oganya United. And once again here at the very same stadium, we see again another goalkeeper error by Ulrich of Tigers, and bringing back Chula Chula in the game.
Very much. Andreas Joseph is in, signed from Blue Boys. But his first responsibility will be to defend the corner kick. 1-1 it is. It's on the money. Good ball. Across the face of goal. No defender, neither striker could get to that. At the end, it was cleared by Tigers. But a very, very good, well-taken corner kick.
Just, I've been pointing out the goalkeeper. Quality a corner from Chula Chula, but Ulrich must command and demand in the box. He's one who can utilize our hands. And I'm standing in the goal line. I'm not hearing even him shouting there. He has to command that goalkeeper box.
Header comes in. It's over the bar from Wise Lifasi. He's the big figure up front there. And he will give the likes of Geba Tananias and Svelelem Gadi hard time in the defense. Tigers will be very much disappointed in that goal. As I said, they don't have the worst defensive record in the league. And here comes Eeshoke Chula Chula. Siave across the face of goal. And Lifasi just changed the direction of the ball, but not towards goal. Could have gone anywhere.
Could have gone anywhere. But as I think the right back of Tigers, Colin Martin, is under pressure for the past 5 minutes. Chula Chula has been attacking from the left wing, and it's a worrisome situation for Tigers. Coach Brian, maybe to support the small boy Colin Martin, the one who's throwing in the ball now.
Now, Giovanni. Now here comes Chula Chula again. Siave have been very busy. Middle of the park there, Warren Sumsem. But it is now Kambanda. It's the new man now, Andreas Joseph. Kambanda looking for Shumefeleni, and that's out of play. It's another long one here, and it's Lifasi. Better goalkeeping this time from Gabriel. Ulrich Gabriel. Confident coming out of that. And it seems like Wise Lifasi is the man that had to stay down. Getting a knock from the challenge towards the goalkeeper. Should be fine to continue with the game. Eeshoke Chula Chula, their third season in the league. They have really not been disappointing the team from the north in their campaign. The first season they finished 5th when the first season in the Premier League, and then after that they finished 7th. So the 2 seasons that they have been on the league in the Namibian top flight league, they have not finished outside the top 8.
That's very impressive, Chester, very impressive. And what I like about Chula Chula is when they have the ball, they change their 4-3-3 formation to a 2-3-2-3 offensive formation. And that's why you always see that Tigers is playing in a 4-5-1 formation more defensively.
Andreas Joseph. Lovely ball there for Ingwe Nyama. Looking for the services of Rivaldo Laxman. Is the substitute
Andreas
Joseph, who will go for the route 1 throw. It's a very good one. Eeshoke Chula Chula having the aerial defenders there. I deal with those easier. Martin under pressure from Lifasi puts it out of play. That is out of play, and it will be
As the game grows, Chester, you can see very slowly Chula Chula is dictating the matters, and Tigers is fighting back slowly, and it's a bit not what I will think a relegation fighting team Tigers wants always to fight and chase the ball.
It is a good chance here, but it's off. That is Johannes Chiave. Already have netted a goal for Chula Chula.
What a pass by Wharton Somap Chester from the right wing for Chula Chula.
Here comes Beltrand. Is a very good ball header from the substitute Andreas Joseph. Great delivery from Beltrand Nyikeu. But the second half substitute could not capitalize. Nyikeu, men from Cameroon, who've joined Tigers at the beginning of this season. It's a defensive midfielder, so playing as a box-to-box. Oh, there's a big chance here, and Chiave! Johannes Chiave puts Eeshoke Chula Chula in the lead. They have turned this game on its head in a very quick succession, and it's defensive mistakes from Tigers that have cost them big time, Costa.
Chester, I said it earlier, the young boy number 29, Colin Martin, playing as right back for Tigers. Once again, he was pulled inside, and a lovely pass from the from Wharton Somap, and then wow, this Johannes, wow, what a finish! Left-footed, bulletproof, all days of Gareth Witbian. And Tigers must make a plan on the right back, because that's where they are striking, and that's where Chula Chula is strong in utilizing.
Johannes Chiave scoring his third goal of the season after scoring against Mighty Gunners and Live Fighters earlier in the season. And that's why Eeshoke Chula Chula are where they are. And now it's a chance here from Beltrand Nyikeu, tries to just got the goalkeeper off his line there. But it's really a very good display from Chula Chula, showing why they are second and they're closing on the gap between themselves and African Stars. If they can keep the score the way they are, it will be back to 1 point. Now Chiave again, given away now Langsman for Tigers. Seems that Brian Isaacs needs to speak to his players. They are losing their heads currently. Started the game very well. Ananias Gebat. Nyikeu. Beltrand Nyikeu uses his body very well now. Trying to get Giovanni Kainabab. That's well defended by the skipper, David Ngwafa.
What a loyal player. David is a loyal player. As you say, Chester, one of the only survivor of Chula Chula, and still, as always, reliable and evergreen.
We are going for route one again, a throw in from Andreas Joseph. Here it goes. Not the best this time. Good defensive work there from Edmund Kambanda. Colin Martin. Looking for Nigel. Just put into touch by the goal scorer, Festus Pietres.
I think Chester, what Tigers must do now is that they have lost a little bit of shape after scoring first and conceding the first goal against Chula Chula. While their player was out injured, they have lost a little bit of shape, and that has continued, and that's why they are again down.
And now it's a chance here for Tigers. Well defended, and Tigers. Beltran Nigel, that one's over the bar. Big clearance. Sifilele Nkati defending there for Tigers. Here comes Giovanni Kainabeb. Try to get Andreas Joseph. Oh, lovely from Eeshoke Chula Chula. Now Shipele. And that's out of play.
Football is sometimes easy to talk and always difficult practically. And Tigers started on a good note, but what one can say is that they are more stretched out by Chula Chula because the quality of Chula Chula containing the ball in the midfield and playing calm, not under pressure, not rushing. That's what has caused to see the biggest openings in the gaps of Tigers, and that's why Tigers is now stretched, Chester. And I think Coach Brian must just try and get a water break, just to bring the players again and just give him a pep talk.
Martin. Position cheaply given away by Tigers again. Here's Aingwafa. That should be a good one for Gabriel. Hera not in the right direction from Nande.
You know, Chester, when you play against quality teams like Chula Chula, African Stars, KK Palace, who are seated on top of the log, you know, as a team trying to avoid relegation and fighting the relegation battle, you know, when you play these quality teams, you have to try and mastermind. Let them have the ball possession. Let them keep the ball, sit back, and then catch them on the counter. That's why you see the English Premier League, the smaller teams beat the bigger teams of Man City and the Arsenals.
We are hearing that it took Eeshoke Chula Chula only 10 minutes between the two goals to take the lead. And that is a disappointing moment for Tigers. Couldn't defend their one-goal lead and then give it away just in 10 minutes. And they are chasing the game now. Throw in David Aingwafa. Only 25 Aingwafa, not have been around for quite a while, but he is still young. And he is with the clearance.
And mind you, Chester, that it's quite interesting to say that losing almost 80% of their players and still fighting for title, Chula Chula is doing quite something good.
Very much. If you have to go through the list of the players that they have lost, you will be shocked and they are still second on the table. And that credit go to John Sikerete, the coach that have been with Eeshoke Chula Chula, took over in 2022-23 season. That's a lovely ball. A header comes in. Oh, easy one. Wiles Lifasi got another one for Eeshoke Chula Chula, and he puts daylight between Eeshoke Chula Chula and Tigers, and problems for Ingwe Inyama continues.
Chester, when a goalkeeper doesn't command his area box, that's the result. But let's give credit to the corner. It was decisive, it was directive, and at the head of Lifasi, since he came from Bruno Chiefs, you can see his strength and power, and the header was quite well directed into the far corner, and no chance for Ulrich in the goal post of Tigers. And as you said, daylight, Chula Chula is taking this one home, as it looks like.
And it's Wise Lifasi's second goal of the season for Eeshoke Chula Chula. He scored here when Eeshoke beat FC Ongos by 2-1. And now it's another one for the big striker, giving Eeshoke Chula Chula a 3-1 lead against Tigers.
Just that Tigers must become compact. They must leave Chula Chula to play at the wide spaces and come compact and sit together and try and contain, because the more they are wide and open, that's where Chula Chula utilize and boom, kill them.
They really need to do that. They need something must be changed, because it has been very easy for Chula Chula.
Yep, after considering the first goal, Chester, Chula Chula was calm, collected. They didn't panic, and when they start to dictate at the midfield, you can see that finally they are bossing everything. And now who knows?
Another header comes in there. Festus Pietres, he was on.
Almost a goal. And the deliver of a cross from 40 meters. Imagine 40 meters the ball travels in the air, and not even a single defensive player of Tigers is there to win that ball. And almost a goal for Chula Chula.
And there is the experience of Ananias Gephardt in that Tigers defense, but it's not showing.
Yeah, he's a quality player. International caps, multiple international caps are for Namibia, but sometimes his quality alone can't be the savior and shape the sinking ship of Tigers. And as it looks like, Ananias Gephardt will need another two more Ananias Gephardt to assist him both in defense, midfield, and as striker.
3 additional minutes for Brian Isaacs and Tigers to go regroup. It's a lovely ball. They don't want to concede another one now, Tigers. They will have a very difficult halftime team talk. Coach Brian Isaacs. Things not going his way. And we're talking about Tigers. If they hold on to the lead, they will get out of relegation zone. But now it looks even worse. If the team above them collect 3 points, they might put distance between them and Ingwe Inyama at the bottom of the table.
Chester, as we talk, Life Fighters also losing out against Okahanga United 2-0 in Otwarango, and then Unam and Arrows 1-1. So relegation battle is very tight. So Tigers, they must do themselves their favors, because hoping on other teams, nothing can go their way.
Goalkeeper misjudged that one. A header comes in over the bar. That was close from Ozembi Okarwa. Long one. This is all the way to the other end. Have a half chance there for Tigers. They need to take every chance here. The game is still not far away. If they are to score the next goal, it's game on.
It is game on, Chester. But my worrisome is that it's a 45th minute, and when you fight a relegation team like Tigers, you don't have even considered one yellow card. It shows you that there is no physical presence in your team. You must have that physical presence to say that we are fighting for every ball. We can get yellow card, risk the game, and then go for it. But being down 3-1, I say this one is going all the way first half for Chula Chula.
Here's Chiave, and it's a goal kick. And Chiave have been out with Eeshoke Chula Chula for the 3rd season. He was a French player at the beginning with the Chula Chula big names going. They have now get a chance to play in the first team, and they have performed.
Yeah, and what I like about players like that has been with the club for 3 seasons is that as much as the team had quality players, he remained, he learned from them, he didn't give up. And when those big players like Levi and Accrediting Ape them left, he takes his chance, and now he's in the first 11 and taking Chula Chula second on top of the log.
And there you have it, the first 45 minutes of the game. And it has been a great performance from Eeshoke Chula Chula, turning the game on his head after Tigers Zakaria Pietres give Ingwe Inyama the lead. A good response from Eeshoke Chula Chula. Festus Pietres equalized, and then Johannes Chiave giving Eeshoke Chula Chula the lead before Wise Lifasi extend the team's lead. Your take of the first half?
Chester, the writing is on the wall. Tiger started very well. I was very hopeful after they scored that early goal from Zakaria. Quality pass from Bernard from midfield. And even after that goal, Tigers dominated at the play. But then came that injury of Zakaria in the 20th minute. And just after 1 minute after that, Chula Chula equalized through Johannes. And then again, while we were talking about the lack of quality at the right back with Colin Martin, once again quality pass from Somai from the right side, and Johannes got the second goal. And that tells you that Tigers has been lacking on the defensive side, as much as they got the experienced Kebat back in their team and steering the back line. And as I said, Tigers don't sit compact. They are opening the play, and this makes it easy for Chula Chula to utilize that, because Chula Chula has quality, and then they utilize that open gaps which Tigers is leading, because Tigers is more fragile when they are open. They must sit compact. They must not worry about how when Chula Chula has the ball. They must run after the ball. They must chase the ball. They must get tired, but as long as they don't concede the ball. But the moment they open the play, they have welcome Chula Chula, and that's why Chula Chula scored the 3 quality goals. The third one from a lovely corner, and Wise Lifasi quality header, and 3-1 Chula Chula.
So it has been a fantastic first 45 minutes of the game. Chula Chula that took the lead here at halftime. Tigers 1, Eeshoke Chula Chula 3. Welcome back to the Independence Stadium. It is the second half of what was a very interesting first half between Eeshoke Chula Chula, the visitors here against Tigers in Ngwenyama. It is the visitors, Eeshoke Chula Chula, leading this one by 3-1. Tigers took an early lead. Zakaria Pietres with the early goal, but quick response there from Eeshoke Chula Chula. Goals from Festus Pietres, the equalizer, and then Johannes Shiave gave Eeshoke Chula Chula the lead before YS Lifasi extended the lead to two goals. Elsewhere, we understand that Live Fighters have lost to Okahanja United by 2-0. So that is a result that is in favor of Tigers. Young African played to a 1-1 draw against KK Palace. Also UNAM and 11 Arrows 1-1 there. African Stars beating Julinho Athletics by 4-2. Another result that favors Tigers there. And also Ongos beating Blue Waters by 1-0. So most of the results going Tigers' way, as the teams just above them have lost their games.
Yes, Chester. It's a welcome news, but sometimes also when the teams above you lose points, that's a time you have to capitalize and gain points so that you can go about them and keep a distance. But by losing, you're not doing favors for yourselves. It's not good news. And let's hope come second half, as you can see, no substitutions. Tigers can come back and start as we started the first half.
As for Eeshoke Chula Chula, the only team they are concerned about is African Stars and as well as Mighty Gunners. Yet to hear what the Army team have done in their game, but African Stars have won, so Chula Chula under pressure to win, and they are doing that as we are underway in the second half here. They want to close the gap back to 1 point. But if Tigers something to say about that in the second half, they really need to improve on the first half performance, especially their defense. A free kick already for Andreas Joseph. He's the man that have been fouled. And Tigers will have a free kick. And look at it there. It's clumsy from Haigwafa, isn't it?
very, very clumsy, Chester. And it's a good opportunity for Tigers, because since they are outplayed dead ball situation, they can utilize on this one. And seeing Bernard, number 8, standing behind the ball, or Kambanda maybe getting a goal back and bring the game live and give hope for Tigers.
Now it will be a free kick. Beltran Nikeu is the man that look very much focused to take this one. Can he keep his head down and bring Tigers back into this one? They need a goal desperately. Already scored a goal for Tigers against Julino Athletics in a 1-all draw. That is Beltran Nikeu, the man touring over the ball, the Cameroonian. And there he comes, tries to get on the left-hand side of the goalkeeper, the Cameroonian defensive midfielder, trying to get his second goal for Tigers, but well taken. The goalkeeper was put to work there. Now corner kick. It's a deep one, header back, and it's a chance here for Ingwe Nyama. And a shot from Nikeu, blocked. Still Tigers, both players running away from the ball. That's put into touch by Gabriel. Big throw. Oh, lovely.
Yes, Chester, we can go through the live results as we are live here from Independence Stadium. Julino Athletic 2, African Stars 4, Rundo Chiefs 0, Commerce number 3, Unam 1, 11 Arrows 1, Mighty Canas 0, Bucks Buccaneers 0, Young African 1, KK Palace 1, Ongos 1, and Brothers 0. Those are the results coming through live as we are here live at Independence Stadium.
Very good, Costa, and another result also going Tigers' way again. Rundo Chiefs losing.
Rundo Chiefs losing, yes.
Everybody at the bottom of the table are losing, so Tigers need to get something out of this one. Now, Edmund Kambanta is the man with Mselele Ganti are the two choices for Tigers here. Gepards did not even beat the wall. And a flick on, that's offside against Ananias Gepards. The big defender, close to 60 caps for the Brave Warriors, Ananias Gepards. The former Baroka FC, Jomo Cosmos, also has a sting with Black Africa here in Namibia. That started his Premier League career with Tigers, and it looked like is where he's going to end it with.
Yeah, Chester, I like it when former players come back home and give back to where this grassroots started, and it's good to see Kepat back into our Namibia Professional Football League. And I hope a lot of Tigers, young boys and players can learn from his vast experience.
Many Tiger supporters expecting so much from Rivaldo Laxman have been not impressive this afternoon, giving away very, very simple passes.
Yeah, Chester, Rivaldo is in fact a wing player, but today he's been utilized in the middle of a park, and one can see that he's been out-marshaled by the strength of Chula Chula. But I think if you can take him out to the wide side where he's very fast and strong, that's where you can bring the best out of him.
It's a good ball from Edmund Kambanda, close to the goalkeeper. the log leaders, African Stars, winning their game against Julinho by 4 goals to 2. Eeshoke Chula Chula here in a driving seat, beating Tigers by 3 goals to 1 currently. So that means they will, if the score stays the same, the gap will remain 1 point between the two sides.
And that will make Sunday's fixtures very interesting, Chester, because all the bottom of the log tables losing out today. And let's see which team will regroup very fast and come back strong tomorrow Sunday in their respective fixtures.
At the both ends also, all the top teams are winning. And there's a header that goes, and it will be a corner kick. The top teams are winning, the bottom teams are losing, so the table look very interesting from both ends.
Yes, Chester. After today's results, if this match stands as it is, then the gap will be put by African Stars and Chula Chula away from Kiki Palace, who drew 1-1 against Young African. So it means the top teams are leaving their small ships behind, and it's worrisome for the bottom teams. No more babysitting. It's time to separate the big boys from the small boys.
Quick one here. And then Laxman. Was a big chance for Tigers. And it is Rivaldo Laxman, man that we have been waiting for. Former Yunnan player, attacking midfielder, only 25 years old. Couldn't really get his shot on target. And I also don't want you to miss Mighty Gunners. They won today, isn't it?
Mighty Gunners drew 0-0 against Bucks Bacanias in Chivarango. They drew 0-0. So that's a result. It was an early match at 2 o'clock from Bokadi Stadium.
They really have lost a little bit of ground there.
Yep, indeed.
As they are the one chasing Eeshoke Chula Chula. A draw for Mighty Gunners will mean Chula Chula will extend that to 4 points between them and Mighty Gunners. So it might turn into a 2-horse race on the top of the table. African Stars, the results on your screen there, and Eeshoke Chula Chula might be the 2-horse race, but it's still early days.
Still early days, and we still have another match to go tomorrow for all the teams, round 18. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But what I like about this match, Chester, is so far very clean game. No yellow cards, no red cards, no warnings from the match official, and it shows you that the players are very disciplined.
Will be a corner kick to Eeshoke Chula Chula. They scored their last goal from a corner kick. Tigers need to defend better now. And Eeshoke has the aerial threat as Kontumo is joining, as well as Kanyengo joining the frame there. Also the big figure of Festus Pietres in there. And it's a great ball, well defended by Kambanda this time. Laxman, that is disappointing ball again from him.
Chester, I can see that Tigers has diverted from a low block defensive behavior in a more offensive structure. So hoping that they can get the first goal in the second half, so that they can bring the game back to 3-2 and hope that they can surprise Chula Chula.
And that is a skiff shot there from Eeshoke Chula Chula. Couldn't really get hold of that as much as he wanted to. Went over the bar.
Just as we are in the second half so far, we don't see any developments from both bench except Chula Chula warming up four players on the far right of the eastern side of the goalpost. Tigers still nothing from their bench, but let's hope with the game going on, maybe give few of the players a rest, as they have also a very important match tomorrow here at Independence Stadium against Kiki Palace.
Will be a throw in for Ingwenyama. Corner kick, beg your pardon. They need to start capitalizing on these chances, Tigers. Big one, a header comes back in. Well cleared, but still chance for Tigers. Laxman tried to go around the defense. Still danger not over for Eeshoke. Tigers threatening here. Andreas put it in the mix there. A header from Ananias Gepard.
Yep, Chester.
Ananias Gepard, the big man, scoring for Tigers. He went up there for a corner kick. He was signed in January for a reason, not only to defend, but also to contribute goals, and it's game on.
Chester, it was very evident as the second half started. You could see when Tigers changed from a low block and they put more bodies up front, and that's how they scored, because if you put more bodies up front, that's where you get the chances. And Gepard Ananias, with his experience, bringing the game back in, game on Chester. And I see that Chula Chula made a substitution, that Warren Somat is out, and then number 26 is in. We must get his name.
There is so it is game on. Tigers not going away, and they have really responded very well in the second half. Eeshoke Chula Chula thought they were running away with this one, and script of football, as we said, is unpredictable. It's now Tigers with the momentum.
And mind you, Chester, that Gepard Ananias used to be a striker during his young days, playing as for Namibia under 20 and under 18. And that's, you know, what you could see there in the box with that quality header.
I'm sure the African Star supporters will be supporting Tigers right now. And there is changes also for Ingwenyama, as Brian Isaacs now wants to react to that goal and put pressure more on Eeshoke Chula Chula. Pietrus Thomas will be introduced, as well as Pitsi Amep will also be introduced for Ingwenyama. The shot comes in, took a deflection along the way, and it will be a corner for Eeshoke. They will need a goal just to calm down the nerves. Eeshoke Chula Chula, because Tigers is throwing everything at them.
Yeah, they need to bring back broad daylight, because when the tail is up, as Tigers is playing now, anything can happen.
Well defended by Solele. There's a throw in for Eeshoke Chula Chula, and it is Aigwafa. Aigwafa finds Festus Pietrus, and it's still Chula Chula. Lovely one on the left there. Can they deliver? Not the best of the passes. Okarwa clears. Chance now maybe for Tigers and Brian Essex to make those changes. And it is Colin Martin that will be replaced.
And Laxman.
Rivaldo Laxman. Not. There comes a chance here for Ingwenyama. The goalkeeper that was down his throat. No problems there. Another one that will go down the throat of the goalkeeper. Easy catch. It's another one there, just overlooking for Giovanni Kanimba, but too close to the goalkeeper.
Yes, Chester, as we have been shouting out in the first half, finally Tigers took out the young boy, Colin Martin, from right back and put in number 6 there because that's where Chula Chula was strong and utilized and scored those 2 goals from the right side of Tigers. And finally Coach Brian did rectify that and change the position.
Now, what can Ngwenyama do? They need a goal desperately to move to 14 points with the rest of the chasing pack. Here is Chula Chula. That is easy for Gabriel.
Gabriel! Oh, the win!
I see there on the bench of Tigers that former goalkeeper, current goalkeeper coach Foxana Mundunga trying to tell goalkeeper Ulrich not to rush, distribute the ball fairly in the playing field, not on the outside. And what is something is just is that Tigers is a bit more stretched in the midfield. Whenever they go offensive, you can see a big gap, 10 to 20 meters between them and the defensive midfielders. So that gap must be closed. That's where Chula Chula always utilize, pick up the ball and again counter attack and create their goal scoring chances.
Now a free kick well taken. That is easy for the goalkeeper.
And again, just as you can see, Coach Brian is shouting to him over and over, time again, no, relax, don't rush. But again, he does the same thing and again gives the ball away and ball position to Chula Chula.
Very much disappointing for the coach there.
And also sometimes as a teammate, Chester, you know, you see the Chula Chula number 20 Johannes who scored the 2 goals. He's a strong link. So what the centre back of Tigers must do, the number 25 Mopudu, is to go and cover for the right back. So that whenever the right back is beaten in the first half, when Colin Martin used to be beaten, he has to cover up for the small boy, and that's what you must do.
And now a chance for Eeshoke. Goalkeeper comes out, saved, but then Eeshoke Chula Chula extend their lead as Tigers defenders were nowhere to be found. It is Eeshoke Chula Chula that restore the 2-goal deficit and running away with the game again. And it's a lovely, lovely goal for Eeshoke.
Chester, while the people are celebrating the goal, I can see on the playing field that Kepar Ananias and Kambada is telling the newly introduced number 6 that we pulled out, but you were the one who stood behind and killed for offside. And that's why Chula Chula Lifasi played the ball inside and then they scored that tap-in goal. And now again, the 2-goal deficit is against Tigers. So always listen to your experienced players when they shout at and say, go out. And that was the lack of concentration from the newly introduced right back. And unfortunately, yeah, Chula Chula took the opportunity and back to 2-goal advantage, 4-2 for Chula Chula.
Chula Chula, we saw their 2 goals difference, and Tigers have to redo it again if they are to win this game.
Just like the vibe here at Independence Stadium, you can hear the loud and vocal voice of Chula Chula fans as they can now finally, I think they were a bit worried when Tigers got that 2nd goal, but now again their voice is up and you can hear Chula Chula fans shouting their voice and say that the phones are here, we are here to take this match and the 3 points against Tigers, who has never beaten Chula Chula.
And there's another chance here. Well defended. There's offside. And now it's a chance here for Tigers.
each and every team in each domestic league always has a nemesis team which you can always win. Whether you go to England, whether you go to South Africa, to Brussels, it doesn't matter, Chester. Whether it's even in the World Cup, you know, when you see that smaller teams go and beat the bigger ones. And today, like you said earlier, beginning of the match, that Tigers has never beaten Chula Chula, and once again, the omen is against them, and Chula Chula against with the tails up, leading 4-2.
Was in the previous 5 games before this one. Chula Chula won 4 and Tigers only managed to draw 1 game. When that was the first game when Chula Chula was promoted into the league. They drew 1-1 with Tigers. That was in Oshakati. But since then, Chula Chula have kept 100% record against Tigers, beating Tigers home and away in 4 games, and that will be 5 now if this score stays the same.
And it seems like just this is the happy ground for Chula Chula. You know, whenever Chula Chula plays at Independence Stadium here in Windhoek, it's like their home stadium. I think was it when they beat also African Stars in the senior Dr. Hakiki Cup, and also during the preseason cup. Yeah, so Chula Chula, I think they love the stadium. I think they must come and relocate and come and stay here at Windhoek's Capital Stadium and play their home matches here.
Most definitely. I think Eeshoke Chula Chula now will want to have to be in these conversations of winning the league. They came in the Namibian Premier League. They surprised everyone. They won the Dr. Hakiki Cup. Now it's time for them to move a gear up and win the bigger prizes, and one is the league title. And they are well in contention for that. Christian Somsep is the man that scored the 4th goal for Eeshoke Chula Chula.
Another substitution for Tigers, the Cameroonian Bernard has been taken off, number 8, and number 15 is in now. Number 8 Bernard has been substituted, the midfielder.
Can Tigers get back into this game? There is still time. If they can find the next goal, Ingwenyama, the game will be back on.
And Chester, 3rd time in consecutive again, Ulrich once again getting the ball in his position, wayward kick out of play, and giving the ball position away back to Chula Chula. That is not very, I think coach, the goalkeeper coach Foxa must look into it during training practice.
And if this score stays the same until the end of the game, Chula Chula message will be, what African Star can do, we can do too. 4-2.
We can't wait for that battle when Stars will host Chula Chula here at the very same stadium. It's gonna be a crunching game. I can't wait to see that one. It's gonna be mind blowing.
So that means that 4-2 scoreline will be scoreline for the top 2 teams.
Yep.
But we are still a long way from that, as there are around 20 minutes of the game still to be played, and in 20 minutes a lot of things can happen.
Yep, just a lot of things can happen, and I can't wait for tomorrow's fixtures. Saying that after today's results, it's gonna be interesting to see that how the teams will gonna play out, because tomorrow Sunday is gonna be very, crucial for each and every coach and team. Tomorrow, as the fixtures go out, just the big matches one can quickly look into is as African Stars will play against Rumi Chiefs in Rundu, and then Chula Chula will be playing here in Windhoek against Young African.
It's a quick one. And yes, what can Ahmed do? Position given away. And it will be a throw-in for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Haven't seen much of Warren Somsep quick in from Nande. And it will be a throwing for Tigers. Kaengurova now for Tigers. Here is Andreas. Joseph cleared, and now Warren Somsep goes for a long one. It's a great ball and good hands there. Might have just had his player. Hey, look, it's okay from Andreas Joseph. Edmund Kambanda. Now, can he keep it in play? Shumefeleni couldn't keep that in play. The new Brave Warriors call-up, Shumefeleni, haven't really come to the party this afternoon. Something that players that Colin Benjamin will be watching very close.
Yes, indeed, Chester.
Here is Amep. Get the referee's decision.
But Chester, really, I have to applaud the coaches. This match I see is constructive football. Teams play the ball from the back. There is confidence. The player is passing the ball to his teammate standing in front of him, which is something very rare in our Premier League, where most of the time the balls go wayward and out of the field of play. So really, I will applaud all the technical teams from goalkeeper department to striking department, and seeing 6 goals in a single game, it's something very positive that at least we have goal-scoring strikers here in Namibia.
Andreas Joseph. Tigers outnumbered in the attack. Oh, well taken. It's another good chance here. Oh, took his eye off the ball. That is Christian Somsep. Could have been a brace for him there.
But Chester, did you see that ball control of Lifasi in the air, up in the air? I thought he was gonna head it, but with his physical presence, with his chest down to Somsep, and unfortunately Somsep took his eye from the ball and couldn't put it away.
This is, as I said, it's a Eeshoke Chula Chula that is without their leading goal scorer, who will be back tomorrow in the game against Young African. So, and the good thing about Eeshoke Chula Chula is that there is goals all over the pitch. They don't rely on one player. Most of their midfielders, strikers, they can nick a goal here and there.
Yep, just today, all the front three scored today. Johannes 2, Lifasi 1, and Somsep 1. So it tells you that really they are doing something quite good with the tactical and technical play there.
Tigers find it very difficult to mark them. And now, what can they do on the other side? Shumefeleni forced backwards. Amep. What can Ingwe Nyama do now? Korwa. That's a waste.
Just at the small point, number 19, Amep, since he came on, he is trying to pull the strings in the midfield. His mobility is there. It's just that unfortunately there is no support, and being already 4-2 down, Chula Chula closed him quickly down, and but really he has been impressing for the 10-15 minutes he's been on the field.
Aiguafa. Great play from Chula Chula, enjoying their game now.
Just did you notice number 24 of Chula Chula, Edwig, in the midfield of the park? He's
very calm.
Really composed, calm. I like it. I like it when a player is so self-confident.
clearance from Ingwenyama. Kambanda missed the ball, kicked the guy. Here is Chula Chula, Warren Thompson. Out of play, and it will be a throw in. Another come player is at the back four for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Amutenya Kanyengo in the central defense, really working very hard. And I think Tigers are missing Kapopo in their defense as well.
Yes, Kapopo, very experienced player. I don't know, is he injured or is he having a suspension?
He left the team.
Oh, he left the team. Okay. Yeah, really a good dedicated player, trustworthy. But yeah, players look for greener pastures.
So that is another loss for Ingwenyama in the defense, and you can see the hole that he left behind there as Tigers really conceding
silly goals.
Silly goals, yes. I was looking for a more better word that will come Tiger supporters.
My apologies, Tigers fans. After today's matches, Chester, we have 11 matches to go, or is it 12? 11 matches
now
to go.
Now it's a big chase offside against Warren Somsep. Two Somseps now in Eeshoke Chula Chula, Warren Somsep and Christian Somsep. Here is Kaengurova. Throwing is route 1. Another long throw on the edge of the box, a flick on, and here Kapat Ananias again. That was another big chance for Ananias, and the goalkeeper Sibeso got a knock for his bravery there. Let's look at it again. Costa.
Yep, Kepat was in, and the first touch from Kepat was not so well taken because the field is a bit bouncy, and while he tried to anticipate for the second one, the goalkeeper came out and put his brave body to save that one, and he and Kepat had a clash there, and that's why the goalkeeper is a bit injured. But I think that's something very serious, and hopefully soon he will be on his feet as we are entering the last 5 to 6 minutes of the match. And just for those viewers who are following the Southern First Division stream, we can give you the confirmed results. Oranjemund FC 1, Friends 0. And in Keetmanshoop it was Quiver FC 2, City Boys 0. At Mondesa Stadium in Sokopmund it was Blue Boys 0, Orlando Pirates 1. Good away win for Pirates after winning last weekend 1-0 against Ramblers. Celtic 1, Ramblers 0. Young Brazilians 1, Date 11-0, and Marindale FC and try again played out to a 0-0 Southern derby.
There is a couple of changes also for Eeshoke Chula Chula coming in now on the touchline as John Sikerete want to rest some of the players, but in the meantime it's another long throw for Tigers. A chance here, header over the goalkeeper, but goal kick.
You know, Chester, into these matches, I could see that our Namibia Professional League teams have adopted the Arsenal type of utilizing the long throw-ins in the corners, and that's something very interesting. And it's good to see that we are not left behind in the beautiful game of football, and that we also practice it here in Namibia. And beautiful game. In the previous game, Blue Ras against Ongos. Leslie from Blue Ras has been throwing in those long balls the entire match.
So also Amesho Amutenya have been introduced, as Fred's Homsep also have been introduced for Eeshoke Chula Chula. And this is just for giving them a rest ahead of tomorrow's game against Young African. And Gushi. So a defeat here for Tigers. That means Tigers have not won a match in their last 6 games. They have lost. That will be, they have currently now lost 4 and drew 1. So that means they will be having a record of losing 5 and draw 1 in their last 6 games, which is not a really pretty good rating.
Indeed, Chester, not a very good record, and a very smart substitution by coach Asigrete, resting the 3-star players for tomorrow against Young African. And I think personally, Lifasi, the strong number 9, he was involved in all the 4 goals, scoring 1 of them and creating the other 3. For me, he was the man of the match.
And on the other end, Eeshoke Chula Chula, in their last 6 games, they have won 5, drew 1. That's excluding this one now. So that will be in their last 7 games, they would have won 6 and draw 1. What a good record for Chula Chula in the league this season.
Yep, Chester, that's why they are on top of the table, chasing African Stars for the title. So statistics don't lie.
So the last time Eeshoke Chula Chula lost was in November last year, when they lost to Live Fighters in Ochuarongo by 3 goals to 1.
That was a shocker.
Very much so. Nobody expected that result.
But Chester, what is your take saying that 2 northern teams chasing African Stars down the neck, down the wire for the title? Very interesting.
Very much interesting. And for the neutrals, I think they would want the league to go to the wire with Eeshoke Chula Chula, African Stars now mighty Gunners off the pace a little bit. But I think it will be very interesting between Eeshoke Chula Chula and African Stars if they go all the way. And we can't wait for the game when they are playing against each other. It's always a very, very good game. So it's quite interesting because African Star have been running away with the league quite easily these days.
Yep, and I hope that day we can pack this Independence Stadium to its maximum. And then we can advertise the beautiful game of Namibia to the entire world.
Very much so. So it is African Stars and Chula Chula play to a goalless draw. That is the first leg. So interestingly, what will happen in a second? But Tigers have not given up here. Puts inside there, but well defended by Chula Chula. Gushi. Tigers rebuilding from the back. Here's Amep. He puts it in a lovely ball. Good goalkeeping there. Andreas, far post. It's back in. The goalkeeper is all over the place, but finally got to that. But anyway, it was offside.
Chester, I like the spirited display by Tigers, being forced 4-2 down, not giving up, playing as a team that says that we are here to mean business. And just also one thing that I have to upload the match officials. They handle this match very beautiful. They restrict the players to be ill-disciplined. That's why there is no yellow cards. And honest, this is a match we could have advertised to the entire world and say that what Namibia Professional Football League is all about.
Haven't really realized that there was no card shown in the game.
Yep, nothing at all.
Great from both set of players, especially the Tigers players. As you alluded to, they should be the one expected to be aggressive, fighting for their lives. But so far, they have really displayed a clean game here. Andreas Joseph have been very busy since he came on. There he is again now with a chance. They 3 in the box. Finds Chimwefileni, but couldn't really direct his header goalwards.
Yep, just Andreas, since he came on, really a lively wire, trying his best, trying his maneuver out and pull out his opponent. But unfortunately, when you are behind and chasing the game, things just don't go your way. You try to, to bring the best, but being bottom of the table, holding the table, carrying the table, it's not the best place. I remember way back with Civics Football Club, we had to survive at the last day, and it's not a good situation.
Just under 4 minutes remaining of the game. It will be safe to say that this might be 3 points in the back for Eeshoke Chula Chula. Ano Shike will be introduced.
Chula Chula did all their 5 substitutions. That is good discipline and good choices by the coach, using and utilizing all their substitutions, knowing that tomorrow against Young African it's not going to be easy. That's really well managed.
Ano Shike, now a chance here for Tigers. A header comes in from Chimwefileni. It wouldn't go in for Tigers, will it?
Just where was this energy from Tigers after the first 10 minutes in the first half, where they went off down the spiral line? You can see that now this is the real Tigers we know about, that produced the Opas Mokoenas, Mane Martins, Dixon Vetbienvem.
Most definitely the energy just came for Tigers. I think also brought in by Eeshoke Chula Chula, just going into the second gear, knowing that they have really put the game in the back and make some couple of changes. I think they've allowed Tigers to really come at them. But they have now moved into double figures as far as goals for is concerned. Tigers 10 goals in the league now. Better.
Yep, that is a good sign.
Fix the defense.
That is a good sign. That is a good sign. You have to fix the defense, or sometimes not the defense. You have to defending must start from up front, from the strikers to the midfielders. So scoring 2 goals against Chula Chula, or a top team is a good sign.
Goalkeeper fumbles it, but he will get the decision. 2 players down, and Kenya remains down.
But you see, Chester, like we were commenting in the first half about Ulrich after making that dubious mistake. The moment that ball comes in the air, as much as there's an opponent rushing towards you, he has to secure the ball with both hands, with his knee facing the opponent, just to cover for himself. And then even the shout, we must hear goalkeeper or something like that. But he's so relaxed, so quiet. The opponent must know that there's a goalkeeper coming. Back then we had goalkeepers like what's a guy from Congo here who used to play for Ramblers. When that guy used to come, you were scared. The Denzel Brothers and so
That's the header from Kahengurova. Hit the crossbar, and then the follow-up from Chimwefileni couldn't really. That is a big chance for Tigers that went backing. Waiting for additional minutes here. It's another defeat for Ingwe Inyama. Here is Amep, surrounded by Eeshoke Chula Chula players. Swelele all the way back. Now Amep. Position given away. That was late. And there comes our first yellow card of the afternoon.
Wow, Chester, I was hoping that it's going to be a record maybe for the entire season. But yeah, it's when the players have fatigue and tiredness and concentration comes in. And that's where these type of small incidents happen. And in the dying minutes, in the injury time of 5 minutes, where the first yellow card of the match is coming in. But besides that, honest, I will give, I will upload the both teams, Tigers and Chula Chula, and the match officials for dictating the discipline part of the match. Real quality. I like it.
Odembi Shibok is the men that have shown the yellow card. Njali looked more serious than we thought. Odembi Shibok Okoro, confirmation there of the yellow card. Let's see what happened for the first yellow card of the afternoon. Let's continue with the action here live. There comes Onashi. Now behind the defense. Tigers clears. Chula Chula will come at them again. Shot took a deflection. And the shot is over the bar. Skips over the bar by Chula Chula defender, that is Nande. Tucked in at the right back there. Place of Kodumo, and really came and played very well. Here is Amep facing Nandi. Amep early crossing. Andreas. It's a lovely ball inside, but close to the goalkeeper and out of play. 1 minute of the added 5 remains. I think for Tigers is to think about tomorrow. It's KK Palace. A game that they might think that if they really play well can get something out of it. KK Palace themselves not an easy team. Went to Hopabas and collect a point. So one of the teams that defeated the Eeshoke Chula Chula this season, KK Palace. So Tigers will have their work cut out in their quest for the 3 points in that match. You also have to go back to December last year, Costa. For last time Tigers won a game, and that was against 11 Arrows, 2-1.
Yep, Chester.
Kainapep scoring 2 goals in that game.
Yeah, last year sounds like forever, and let's hope last year Tigers can redeem it. And but Chester is not very bad. They lost the first half 3-1. They are now drawing 1-1 the second half, so they are more positives in the second half. They can take this one for tomorrow and move forward.
Most definitely, that is true step there from Costa. They really did well in the second half. They were in shambles defensively in that first half. After started the game also pretty well in the first 10 minutes or so. And that concludes the game here for the round 17 of the Namibia Premier Football League. And it is the visitors, Eeshoke Chula Chula, that beats Tigers Ingwenyama by 4-2. The message to African Stars from Eeshoke Chula Chula is that what African Star can do, we can do too. So African Stars beating Julino 4-2, Eeshoke Chula Chula beating Tigers 4-2.
Chester, you nailed it 100%, and I'm looking forward to Valentine's Sunday and hope that round 18 of Namibian football, professional football league, is going to produce outstanding, brilliant football and results for both sides, on top of relegation and bottom of survival.
Earlier on the graphics there, the confirmation of the goal scorers, the two from Taika Zakaria Pietres and Ananias Gephardt. And then Eeshoke Chula Chula goals came from Festus Pietres, Johannes Shiave, also a goal from Wisely Fassi, and also Christian Somsep putting the final nail in the Tigers' coffin. So it is Eeshoke Chula Chula, the league challenges at this point in time, that came with 3 points. For now, let's hear from both coaches what their view is on the game.
Well, thank you so much, Chester, for that exemplary commentary. Right here on the field, the game has ended, and there is a 4-2 defeat for Tigers, the home side, who are battling relegation against Eeshoke Chula Chula, who wants, of course, to be the champion. They are competing for that is the top honors of the league. I'm now joined by Coach Brian Isaacs. Coach Brian, let's talk about that result. An unfortunate day at the office, with, of course, looking at Tigers facing the battle of relegation.
Yeah, no, it was a game of 2 halves. We give the goals away in the first half. In second half, we had opportunities, but we could not convert the opportunities. And that's now the unfortunate situation.
Well, Tigers find themselves in the bottom half of the table, in relegation zone. With this result, is there hope? There would, of course, still many more games to go.
I know we have a lot of games to play for, but if we lost one game, there's already a game lost, points lost. So that makes life difficult for us. So we need to get to win games, and we need to get points on the board.
Unfortunate defeat at home. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Well, looking at, looking at that is a result of our Tigers. Unfortunate, they are finding themselves in relegation zone, and at the particular moment, they need every single point to make sure that they survive relegation. Tigers Football Club are the oldest football club in the Namibia Premier Football League, and with them at the bottom, anything can happen as they are trying to fight that is surviving relegation. Tomorrow they are going to be fighting, of course, or they are going to be taking on that is KK Palace, another traveling team from the north, who's also in the top half of the table. And looking at the fans or the players of Eeshoke Chula Chula, they want to do something special for their fans, and that is, of course, give them their shirts, just as some moral for their support, always making sure that they support them wherever they go. And we're seeing those visuals right there. I'm unable to get, of course, that is Coach Sikerete for an interview. We are, of course, trying to get his whereabouts, but as for now, the players are heading to head over some of their shirts to, of course, that is the fans in the crowd.
There is the statistics for the match. It is attempts going the way of Tigers. They were right into the game and on target. Eeshoke Chula Chula taking that, and also Tigers getting one of the yellow cards. The statistics really, you can see the games was more balanced than it looks on the scoreline.
Yep, Chester. Yes, Chester. The match was equally balanced, and as you can see, 45 to 55 ball position, only one yellow card, and Tigers lost the match in the first half, where with those two PS mistakes by the goalkeeper Ulrich. But in the second half, they came back very, very strong, and they played out a 1-1 draw. They even hit the crossbar, almost got the winning goal in the second half to win the second half 2-1. That could have been 4-3. So if they can take this positive of the second half, I'm quite sure Tigers are the hope is there that they can survive. But if it's the way they're going to play the United States like they played in the first half, then we can say that goodbye to another great Karutura giant after Black Africa and Orlando Pirates, Young Ones, and Robert Chinese and all those big clubs. Yeah. But I hope Tigers, taking the second half performance, they can come back and show us that they mean business, and then they can surprise everyone and survive the relegation battle.
And there's some of the highlights. Another goal there from Svante. What a goal there as Johannes making it 2-1 for Eeshoke Chula Chula. And then we have another header there from Lifasi making it 3-1, and Eeshoke Chula Chula at this point they were running away with it, but Tigers had different goals, and that is the first goal again is Zakaria scoring that first goal. And Eeshoke Chula Chula. And this is Eeshoke Chula Chula equalizer from Festus Pietres. I think we can leave you with the highlights of the goals and from all of us here at the Independence Stadium. It's bye-bye until next time.